For today's cup of coffee, still no internet.
Still nothing.
But that's okay. We're still adapting very well. I have really considered it's like, do we really need it? It's aggravating for some things, but we do have
Day 53 in the hole.
Within a mile, we have access
They
to
ain't
these
found me
things.
yet, but when they do, damn, they're in for a surprise.
You know, it wasn't like I wasn't rude. I wasn't ugly about these things. Maybe that was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to be one of these people that cusses and screams?
I will be.
Threatens litigation and all that.
Just, nah.
I don't want to be that type of person. Unless there is, I mean, that would take an extreme something.
But at this
is
point,
annoying.
At this point,
I just want to know the reasoning.
I miss Comcast.
Well, I just want to know the reasoning. I really do. It's like, are they overwhelmed? Is it just multiple outages in the area? You know, something like that. I can deal with that. I think most people can, as long as there's some kind of communication.
Yeah, it's that we can't have any communication right now because we got nothing.
Well, no, the last time that I called, which I will have to go back, I think it was today. We're recording on Sunday, so it was Friday.
Well, we can't camp down there at the grandmother's all day.
But it was a matter
all
of
night.
Explaining. They're like, the guy was like, can we call this number? I said, yes, but I don't have service. That's the problem. So if you have someone who says that, how competent can they be?
Exactly.
So
that's the issue.
I did give him Mom's number, but we don't know if they've even bothered to check the, answer machine or answer the phone.
Well, they are.
So I will start again with the calling tomorrow. And as far as if I don't get a reasonable explanation while I'm down there, I can go online at Mom's, find out the main company, and call customer service and ask for an explanation.
I did ask.
I don't want to be a Karen. I really don't. But there's a time and a place to unleash the inner Karen in all of us.
I did ask oldest kid to
To what? Answer the phone?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
To answer
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, not answer the phone, but check the voicemail for me.
It's not going to happen.
And to check, the caller ID. I did ask him to do that for me, so I will see when we go down there.
Yeah, when we go down there to edit. Actually, it's not been bad. It has not been heinous. It's been annoying as far as doing our videos and stuff.
I can't download my games. So many Steam games that I can't access right now.
Well, that is true. But you've got other things that you can do. And you have done a lot of things since no internet. You truly have.
Yeah.
Gotten a lot accomplished. Which is why I'm like, do we really want it back?
I do! I do! I do!
Yeah. I just needed that reaction. Coffee slurp incoming.
I want to talk to my friends. I can't talk to my friends.
You can go down at Mom's and do that. You could.
No, I can't.
Well, I guess that's true because you can't have a.
We got cat and heat that was dumped on us. That got baby. We didn't want this child.
People, if you have never been trapped inside with a cat in heat,
we didn't want neither of these children's.
You have missed an experience in life. This is the second one.
First, it was voodoo.
Yes, who somebody dropped on us. And then there's this.
She ran into the house.
I know, but I'm saying we don't know where the hell she came from. And then had to go through that and wait for weeks before they would do the procedure. Now we've got this one that went into heat about 2 weeks after she birthed. I thought that they were supposed to wait longer.
Yeah.
Oh, God help. Now we got to wait until she gets out to have her fixed because they don't do the procedure while they're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the terms are. I know what I would call it, but not to an audience. Anyhow, and then we got Small Child running through, which that's fine. Don't mind the small child.
Yeah, the
But
little
when
child
it gets
is fine.
bigger, then we'll have to have whatever procedure also,
You're going to get the inner snip.
because we are responsible pet people.
Yes.
We try to be.
They're going to get its tubes
Other
tied.
people who are not responsible, they pass down their problems to us. And it includes internet.
I made the joke to the about the prom night dumpster baby to BB, and I was like,
No.
And she's like, you don't, and I was like, you don't watch Family Guy, do you?
Don't
And she's
do
like,
that.
No.
No, I
That's-
don't watch Family
that's
Guy.
Gross. It's just gross.
Don't watch Family Guy, and I'm like, you should watch Family Guy. Ask
No.
Elijah about it.
No.
Ask Elijah about that episode.
No. There are some things that
It was a whole musical.
I don't care. I don't care. And in this thing, nothing being sacred. Well, some things need to be kept sacred.
It's called
They really
laughing
do.
at the absurdity.
Oh, shit. I think it's a matter of having some decency. I really do. Yes, I do. That being said, when you're looking for decency, that and the word government usually doesn't go together, does it?
No.
And so, Daily Mail by Matthew Phelan, and this was June the 1st of 2023, the first ever public meeting of NASA's independent study group on UFOs dropped major revelations about unexplained objects trafficked all over the world. It also included serious calls for more resources to examine UFOs, now more technically described as unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAPs,
Yeah.
to better include the range of sightings and cases under study. Comprised of 16 experts ranging from physicists to astronauts, NASA's study group had a lot to say during their 4-hour meeting. Well, how much could be said in 4 hours? I mean, honest to God, this is a huge topic. And they have limited it to 4 hours. Okay, you had this congressional hearing bullshit and some of these other things that went on for days
Yeah.
and millions of taxpayers' monies. And so something that could
Because
change...
they're wasting people's time.
Something that could change the course of human history and or understanding, they limit it to 4 hours.
They're wasting people's time. They're beating around the bush and pissing. Piddle pissing.
And during their 4-hour meeting, they covered everything from the search for alien
Does anybody
artifacts
want a cat?
to the problem of online harassment by UFO trolls. The study group, the first of its kind from the U.S. Space Agency, has been conducting its work since June of 2022 and is expected to release its final recommendations to NASA in late July of 2023. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
And this individual said there are 6 main takeaways from the meeting. 1, serious scientists want to search for alien tech in our solar system. Astrobiologist David Greenspoon had told his fellow UAP task force members, quote, within the scientific community, there is a widespread but by no means universal belief that there are extraterrestrial civilizations. The same rationale which supports the idea that ET civilizations may exist and may be detectable. He also said, quote, it supports the idea that finding extraterrestrial artifacts in our own solar system is at least plausible, end quote. Greenspoon, I think I called him Greenspoon a minute ago. Greenspoon.
Green spoon.
Who names that? Greenspoon who
We're
has
calling
also
green spoon.
served as an advisor to NASA on space exploration strategy in the past, then recommended that the space agency take the lead, rather, not the lead.
The lead.
Take the
Lead
lead
foot.
take the lead trying to find these alien artifacts if they're out there. He pointed out, quote, most of our solar system has not been searched for artifacts and anomalies. NASA is the lead agency for solar system exploration. These modest data analysis efforts could potentially be applied to existing and planned planetary missions, end quote. Now let's face it. We don't know shit about our own planet, let alone these other planets.
Yeah.
So that statement in itself is absurd.
Yeah.
And this was not the first time Greenspoon has made the case for hunting for alien technosignatures within our solar system or even our own planet, calling dismissive attitudes towards the idea intellectually lazy. Greenspoon wrote earlier this year in Sky and Telescope, quote, our infant civilization has already launched 5 spacecraft that will wander the galaxy, and we're trying to figure out how to send tiny spacecraft to near exoplanets. Imagine what an aged ET civilization might have achieved and what machines might have entered our solar system over billions of years. If NASA applies the same rigorous methodology towards UAPs that it is applying to the study of possible life elsewhere, then we stand to learn something new and interesting, end quote. Okay, if it's that advanced a civilization, they're not going to leave behind trash and litter.
No. The cat is on her right now.
The cat is just over here chortling and going.
Anybody want a cat? Anybody want this cat?
Number 2. Percentage of unresolved UAP cases remains consistent with the past. The director of the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, the AARO, physicist Sean Kirkpatrick.
What does AARO stand for?
All-Dominion Anomaly Resolution Office.
Say that again.
God.
And clearly, don't mumble it this time, please. What?
All-Dominion Anomaly Research Office.
Run that by me one more time.
Screw you. No, I've said it 3 times. Forget it. All right. This is Sean Kirkpatrick. He's in the news lots because he's the director of this mess. He told NASA's UAP group that the number of military UAP sightings his group would classify as possibly really anomalous came to somewhere between 2 to 5% of AARO's total database. That percentage is remarkably consistent with past rates for unresolved UFO and UAP cases, including those by the Pentagon's Cold War era UFO Bureau Project Blue Book, which ran to about 4 to 5.9% in the 1950s, because we know that they're going to release the real data.
The real data or the real or their version of the real data?
Mark
which
Twain.
means altered.
Mark Twain, I think, was the one that said there's lies, damn lies, and statistics. He was a brilliant man. Astronomers polled in 1977 by Stanford astrophysicist professor Peter Sturrock says 2,611 members of the American Astronomical Society result in a similar statistic. It's government and cat and everything that's screwing me up.
Yeah.
62 astronomers
Molly.
out of 1,356 respondents, or 4.6%, reported witnessing or recording inexplicable aerial phenomena.
The fuck?
Some academic scientists, including Sunny, S-U-N-Y, Albany physicist Kevin Knuth, have suggested that this consistency might suggest that the phenomena is more likely to be real and not just random noise. Well, isn't that kind of him to give credence to somebody outside of his circle? But that is academia in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Coffee slurp.
Coffee slurp. Knuth. What? Knuth.
I'm trying
What kind
really
of name
hard.
is Knuth?
The cynicism is coming through, and I'm trying not to totally unload with the cynicism because that I have kept up with this shit for so many years. Anyhow,
Nah,
number
we
3.
just finished Kolchak, and we just watched how stupid they were even back then.
Of course. Yeah, they've always been that way. Number 3, the U.S. military is tracking strange metallic orbs spotted all over the world. And we had a video, we had a cup about one of those orbs several cups back.
Uh-huh.
And it's just these metal spheres. And nobody knows what the hell they are. Who the hell's controlling them, how they're being controlled, none of that. Kirkpatrick replayed one example of an unsolved UAP case. Video by a U.S. military MQ-9 Reaper drone recorded last year in the Mid-East and depicting a bizarre flying metallic orb. That's the one that we can show.
Look at it.
Yeah, you can go back and find it. Just, YouTube archives, somebody's archives there.
Yeah.
Kirkpatrick told NASA's UAP panel, quote, "This is a typical example of the thing that we see most of. We see these all over the world. We see these making very interesting apparent maneuvers. This one in particular, however, I would point out, demonstrated no enigmatic technical capabilities and was no threat to airborne safety. Being able to come to some conclusion is going to take time until we can get better resolved data on similar objects that we can do a larger analysis on," end quote.
Mm-hmm.
It was this fine metallic sphere.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't doing loop-de-loops. It was a
You loop-de-loop and
unknown
pull.
metallic sphere that was flying. I mean, that's pretty incredible. You know?
It's a fucking metal BB going flying through the air.
It really was. It was like a giant BB of unknown origin. So I think that's worth looking into. Anyhow, Kirkpatrick also told the panel that AARO is receiving on average about 50 to 100 reports of UAPs per month, a figure that means that roughly one truly weird, inexplicable case is arriving on their desk each week. Those are just the ones that are being reported, because most people are not going to bother with the government.
Yeah.
And I would have to look at MUFON's reports. And there are some people don't even know about MUFON, because if you got just random average person that does not keep up with the UFO community and stuff like that, they're not going to know. They're not going to know.
No,
and even
they're
if
not
they
gonna know.
if they post on the TikTok or whatever it is,
Yeah.
there are so many people that are disinformation, whether intended or not. How many of these people are being taken seriously? So,
Oh no, on that
these
one.
statistics, I don't, that's questionable. He also noted that there were occasional spikes in sightings coinciding with events like Elon Musk's Starlink satellite launches or the frenzy over China's spy balloon this past February. Frenzy? I think when you've got, a rival nation that is sending surveillance balloons into your airspace, that's worth a little excitement. I wouldn't consider that a frenzy.
Yeah. I don't think that's exactly a frenzy. Either. That's
I'm trying so hard.
I think it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Maddening?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it says that Kirkpatrick also mentioned procedural reasons for these spikes in UAP cases, As with a new influx of data via AARO's recent coordination with the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, which provided 100 or so new UAP reports to his office. Such coordination was the order of the day during the meeting. NASA embeds scientists who have been cleared for work on classified UAP cases are also working closely with the Pentagon's official UFO investigators on a few top secret UFO cases, Kirkpatrick had said.
What's
The memes just write themselves with some of this.
What do you mean? Explain.
Pentagon.
Well, go
You got
on.
NASA and the
Explain.
Pentagon people who know. No, I would do one of your brother's things and go into a dissertation on this.
Nah, make the memes. That's when you just put up the memes.
Anyhow, number 4, the infamous Go Fast UAP wasn't going fast at all. As one of the pilots shouts in the infrared targeting video of the mysterious Go Fast UFO, "Whoa, got it." One of NASA's panel members, Josh Symmeter, an engineering professor at Boston University's Center for Space Physics, presented a detailed analysis of a fighter jet's trajectory relative to the Go Fast UAP. It turns out that the mystery object was actually cruising at about 40 miles per hour. Okay, it's still an unidentified something.
Yeah.
Whether it's cruising at 40 miles per hour or whatever. And Symmeter said, pointing out that this was calculated altitude for the Go Fast UAP, quote, "So that's a velocity that is consistent with wind speeds at 13,000 feet, end quote. All right, so you've got a trained fighter jet pilot that's mistaking, one of a Walmart bag floating in the air. I think not.
Yeah.
In making such a compelling case that the Go Fast was likely an object sailing in a strong breeze was possible, he noted because of the infrared video's technical readout and interface. Symmeter explained, quote, "Fortunately, the information needed to determine the altitude and velocity of this object is contained on the display," end quote. You'll find this one particularly interesting. Number 5, that was topic that was brought forth in this. Online harassment has plagued NASA's UAP panel.
What?
Multiple members of the team, over the course of NASA's 4-hour public meeting, referenced abuse from UFO trolls, cranky skeptics, and others, both online and within their own
Abuse my
institutions.
ass. What's the abuse that they have done?
Well, now let's go back. We've got college professors here, so abuse and victim and every other bullshit term is the order of the day in the universities at this point in our history. It's unfortunate, but it is true. Nikki Fox, the Associate Administrator for NASA's Science Mission Directorate, said, quote, "It is really disheartening to hear of the harassment that our panelists have faced online, all because they're studying this topic. NASA stands behind our panelists, and we do not tolerate abuse. Harassment only leads to further stigmatization of the UAP field, significantly hindering scientific progress and discouraging others to study this important subject matter," end quote. Yes, play nice, boys and girls, and everything in between. I mean, it's just, that is science, that is academia. It has always been that way. That is why proof and stuff is important. I get that.
Yeah.
But science is not, there's always room for somebody else to do the experiments, to try to replicate them, to come to their own conclusions, their own thoughts. It is a matter of civil debate, usually. But it's like everything has to do with bullying. That's just life.
Yeah.
But it's also a matter of learning to grow a pair, respectively, for whatever. Put on your big boy and big girl and whatever in between panties and deal with this shit.
Yeah, these are grown-ass people in high positions of power.
We got their fifis hurt.
Yeah.
All right. And it says that Daniel Evans, also with NASA's Science Mission Directorate, assured the panel that NASA's security team is actively addressing this issue. Somebody made a mean meme again. Let's give them more
Looks
time
like they're
than
on
people
social
that
media
Are,
too much.
let's give them more jail and prison time than those that are burning down millions of dollars of shit.
Right?
The issue appears to be a persistent feature of the social stigma surrounding UFOs, with Kirkpatrick mentioning that he and members of his AARO team at the Pentagon have had similar experiences. Kirkpatrick said, quote, "My team and I have also been subjected to lots of harassment, especially coming out of my last hearing to the Senate's Armed Services Committee, because people don't understand the scientific method. People want answers now," Kirkpatrick noted, explaining the AARO has faced heat and counterproductive pressure from the public for fast answers on UAP. The public has been waiting for years.
Literally.
It's not a fucking fast answer.
No.
They
It's either
want
yes
the
or
truth.
no.
They want the truth.
Yeah. It's literally at this point. Seriously,
tired.
nobody's fucking going to freak out. It's not going to cause mass hysteria. It's not going to cause panic. Nobody's going to freak the fuck out. The only people who are going to freak out are the normies.
No, the only people that's going to freak out is the government thinking that they're going to lose power.
Yeah.
That's true.
And the
we
normies
understand.
who have not been paying attention.
Right. Those of us that thoroughly believe that they're working hand in hand with the reptilians and or fallen angels and stuff like that. Shit. You know? There are those of us. Some of us have been bullied and made fun of for years.
Yeah.
It becomes part of... You learn to wear that as a badge of honor.
Yes. Yes, you do.
You know, today, if you are
Weirdo.
getting along perfectly fine in society and everything like that, you're part of the problem. If you're not getting some kind of harassment, some kind of pushback on whatever, you may be part of the problem. You may be a normie. Oh, God.
I guess
I
I'm
don't
a
believe
normie.
any of our people are normies. I really don't. And then the final and sixth point that this person
I just don't
got,
interact.
NASA's panel wants the tools to study UAP seriously. Former senior NASA official Mike Gold, now an executive vice president at the private space firm Redwire, voiced his opinion that NASA should impanel a permanent office for the study of UAP, and his colleagues sounded no less serious. That's a logical and rational thing to request.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be just a few months on a
Shouldn't be.
topic that has been going on for decades.
Mm-hmm.
And a recurring
It should have
theme...
took one press conference for them to say, yeah, aliens exist. And that's it.
Well, not only that, I mean, but to
And
sit
yeah,
there
we've
and
seen
research
UFOs.
it and to meet with individuals, to meet with some of these people from MUFON, because they've got different organizations, you know, all over the world that collects the data on the sightings. If they really wanted to do this stuff, there's simple ways to do this stuff.
I think they're going to do something about, like, they're going to wait until they shoot one down again.
Oh, bullshit.
yeah,
that ain't
that's
gonna
what they're going to do. They're going to wait until they shoot one down, more than likely.
Well, I will tell
And
you
they're going to
something.
say, oh, it's because of this something.
Any kind of an alien that is supposedly advanced and has the technology to come from wherever, if they're stupid enough to get shot down by the people of this planet, they deserve it. Now, that's just bottom line.
It's not
bottom line.
stupid enough, but any living creature has its faults.
No, I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Anyhow, a recurring theme of the public meeting was the need for higher quality data, not just from UAP cases, but more data from the many more mundane things that could be mistaken for truly unusual phenomena. That's logical and reasonable, because you've got drones, you've got God knows what else up there at this point. You've got people, I don't know if they can you put disguises and costumes on drones and
Yeah.
send them up in the air?
Someone dressed one up as a skeleton.
Okay,
Like
well,
a skeleton, like a Grim Reaper type thing.
right. So you've got people that could be doing any kind of thing and people freak out and think that
Yeah.
they've seen whatever.
Mm.
So that's just a reasonable thing to ask for on that. A recurring theme of the public meeting. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I've gotten all excited and lost my place. Panel member and astronomer Frederica Bianco pointed out the UAP researchers will need a, quote, thorough and deep understanding of what is normal to tease out what is unusual, end quote. Well, hell, we're fucked on that one because nobody recognizes what normal is these days.
Right?
Oh, the study group's chair, astrophysicist David Spergel, emphasized repeatedly the need for better data collection equipment and methods if NASA or any other research organization is to take the UAP issue successfully. And Spergel, who devoted much of his professional life to teasing meaning out of faint signals from deep out in the universe, said, quote, if I were to summarize in 1 month what I've learned, we need high-quality data. The lesson of my career is you want to address important questions with high-quality data and well-calibrated instruments, end quote. Well, that's all well and good, but they are putting all this stuff in terms that humans can understand.
Yeah.
There's stuff that, if it is a different civilization, they don't speak human necessarily.
No.
They
no,
could
they
have
don't.
communication methods, ways, means that we have no understanding of. And that's just like a lot of the people that, the abductees and stuff like that, they speak of these beings communicating telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
So, there would be no need for some kind of broadcast signal or anything like that. And then there's as far as interdimensional beings,
Yeah.
which they're not even talking about that shit.
No. No, they're not.
So you've got all these people, and a lot of it is just them sitting around. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say it, but since kids in the room, I won't say it.
I can go out of the room real quick.
No.
I can hop over this couch real quick.
It's these people.
I can plug up my ears.
Sitting
We
there.
got earplugs right over there in the cube.
Most, the general public, still, they don't even know what to think. Right now, they're too concerned with the price of milk and bread and eggs to even be thinking about any kind of extraterrestrials. Now, that's truth. And
They're more, yeah, seriously, they're more worried about gas and
right,
shit like
and
that.
just trying to live, but without the understanding that it is the reptilian overlords that's causing this clusterfuck. We are going to go into this at some point, and it will require, when we get the internet back, about the 2030 thing, which I have tried to avoid because it's, my God, it's depressing.
Kolchak.
We did a video on Kolchak.
Watch Kolchak.
But within
I am reminding
this,
them to watch Kolchak.
No. But within this,
We finished Kolchak. I'm not done with that. We finished Kolchak finally, and it's about the reptilians.
yeah. At the very end, it is about reptilians. And maybe that's why the series wasn't picked up after that.
That's what I was saying.
Because they pissed off the reptilian overlords.
Yes.
Anyhow, we are in perilous times indeed. And just when you sit and look at the absurdity of these people in positions of power, that all they're doing is wasting money and flapping their gums, and nothing ever gets done. Not just about UFOs. That's about anything in general right now.
Yeah.
Revolution, I mean, you can feel it. It's coming.
The children of the
It's coming.
revolution.
Mm-hmm. So that's just how it goes. Final thoughts. I have done so hard. I've worked so hard to try to keep myself under control.
Revolution.
I don't know that I have done well at keeping myself under control. If this wasn't for public consumption, I would have been much freer with thought and words.
Yeah, you can. You can do it. You put that shit on BitChute.
Well, BitChute,
Do a BitChute exclusive of just you.
You know what? I do need to do a BitChute exclusive for that.
Yeah,
I could
and
do
it's
them
just
an
yours.
Odyssey. I could do them an Odyssey.
Yeah.
YouTube folks, they could go over there on those other ones. I really do need to do that one day.
Yeah, seriously, it could just literally, and you could just you, and you could just go off.
Just totally blast.
Yeah.
I might do that. I really might.
I would listen to that.
Anyhow,
I would listen to that.
Final thoughts.
Tell us if you would listen to that. I would listen to that. I would.
Anyhow, if you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, UFOs, any of that stuff, you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. Email will be in the description box, as will link to the article.
Also, what is your opinion on all this shit?
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts about these government hearings.
Yes.
Them devoting 4 hours to this discussion. What if that included lunch breaks or coffee breaks or smoke breaks or whatever?
Probably got a smoke break in between.
I'd say it took 2.5 hours of them kissing each other's ass. I really do.
Just shaking hands and that's it.
I do need to do that exclusive. I really do.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. I almost forgot what the fuck I was saying because I was paying attention to you. Thank you all. Have a good.
Know that you're loved.
Yes.
Don't let somebody else gaslight you. If you have had one of these paranormal experiences, if you have had some kind of
I had
experience,
a Catholic candle thrown at me.
if you have had an experience where you did witness an unidentified flying object, if you, God forbid, that you are an abductee. Now, there are organizations out there, if you've had an abduction experience, that they take these things very seriously.
Hey, there's a possibility that I'm one.
One what?
An abductee.
No.
Because the aliens were following me around when I was little.
True. That's true. Anyhow.
Because Dad saw the UFOs and his friends saw the UFOs. And he saw the UFO like right across the... He saw the alien like right on the opposite side of the car.
Yes, he did. He did.
That's some freaky shit.
Yeah, it is. But it's like if one of you out there has had an abduction experience, like I said, there are groups out there that can help you. And if you need me to help you find resources, when we get internet reconnected at some point, we can help you. Know that you're loved.
Yeah.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.